Some pretty fiery rhetoric in that report, but some fiery rhetoric from Donald Trump as well. Rob, how seriously do you think it should be taken?
Yeah, fire and fury like the world has never seen before. I mean, there's no doubt that he's gone off script. I mean, speaking from his clubhouse in New Jersey, apparently, and he's taken everybody by surprise. He's shocked not just his allies, I think, but many in his own administration as well. I think what surprises most people is the implication, at least, that in response to what, after all, at this stage is really no more than North Korean rhetoric, overblown rhetoric. The United States is prepared to use nuclear missiles as first use. That's something that the United States has never threatened before. So I think that has certainly set alarm bells ringing. Just how serious is he? Did he understand the implications of what he was saying when he made that statement? The response from his administration suggests that perhaps not, that perhaps he was simply going off script without really thinking through what he was saying. Rex Tillerson, Secretary of State, has been rowing back since then, trying to clear up some of the mess that's been left by Donald Trump, saying Americans should rest easy, that the threat isn't any more serious today than it was the day before, and so on. But at the same time, from the Defense Secretary, we've had very strong language as well, although not suggesting first use of nuclear weapons in response to North Korean rhetoric, but reminding the North Koreans just how powerful the American nuclear armory is and what that would mean for the North Koreans if they decided to strike against the United States. What we've got at the moment is the rhetoric being blown up, but without any results. As we've seen the response from the North Koreans, they will come up with a plan to strike the U.S. military base in the Pacific Ocean at Guam by the middle of August. So we're caught in this spiral of rhetoric at the moment.
It is very difficult, isn't it, to see the strategy? I mean, is there a strategy at all, even?
It is hard to see what the strategy is at the moment. We know that Donald Trump set out, it was clear from his electoral campaign, to prioritise North Korea, to find a solution to North Korea, and he gave the impression that he thought it would be relatively easy. He would bring his problem-solving skills to the problem, and that would be it. And he clearly thought that the key to unlocking the puzzle would be China, that if China could be brought on board, if he could sweet-talk the Chinese, that would be the way to solving the problem. The problem to that, however, has proven that China's not that happy about being used as the United States muscle to bring pressure to bear on North Korea, and nor is it absolutely clear that the North Koreans are that susceptible to Chinese pressure. We have seen some moves forward. The recent UN sanctions certainly have increased the pressure from not just China but from Russia as well on North Korea. But there is no sign at this stage that the North Koreans are prepared to back up. And instead, we're locked into this strategy that we were just talking about, this sort of cycle of rhetoric, inflated rhetoric. And at some point, when you've said that's the red line several times, at some point you're going to have to stop and say that really was the red line. And where does that leave us?
Rob, thanks very much. Rob Parsons, our Chief Foreign Editor on France 24.